Good afternoon, families, friends and students, and thank you for your participation both in this community lesson and in the Do Now that you've just completed. I'm going to share with you now a little bit of the why behind every lesson across the college, from a prep phonics lesson all the way up to a Year 12 science physics lesson, will have learning intentions and success criteria created by staff, shared by teachers. These frame the learning for our students and also build in assessment capabilities, as our students can reflect on and self-monitor their progress throughout a lesson or a unit based on how they are tracking through those success criteria. Consistently sharing learning intentions and success criteria allow teachers to set challenges that foster students' commitment to learning, build their confidence in attaining these learning intentions. So today we are exploring how we as a college implement our new instructional model through experiencing a numeracy lesson. So by the end of this lesson, we would have liked you to participate in all elements of our instructional model, make connections between the college key improvement strategies and the changes that you can see happening in the classroom spaces, experience firsthand a numeracy lesson as a learner, and most importantly, to enjoy numeracy learning. Hopefully you at least recognise these as either the posters around the school or from the principal team's contributions to newsletters and bulletins. These reflect as a college our goals for the year, and this community day is designed to help us share with you the progress we have already made on these learning priorities throughout our work collaboratively in teams this semester. Particularly the implementation of our instructional model iLearn, a focus on numeracy outcomes and developing high quality curriculum and assessments. So firstly, I'd like to talk to you about our instructional model. So this frames a lesson for our students, and we have two specific instructional model posters that you should see in the classroom around you. The first one explains the sequence of a lesson, and the second one shares with our learners what the expectations are for students in each phase of that learning. In particular, we have been focusing as a college on the first 15, which include being ready to learn, the learning intentions and success criteria creation, and the engage or do now phase of the lesson. So we have had 3 groups working on those beginning stages of the lesson, posing questions and trialling strategies that support learning in their classrooms, and we've just completed a full inquiry cycle of that this semester. We also have 2 groups working on writing and numeracy. At this stage, all of the primary school teachers are in the numeracy group working with the secondary school students on how we can use do nows and retrieval practice, upskilling ourselves as well as students on how we best learn the math skills, knowledge and understanding needed to continue to improve. Hopefully you will see yourself in each stage of this lesson. The beginning part of this work was with a consultant on the science of learning. I'm not going to deep dive with you now on it, but staff explored with our consultant both the theory of gaining, retrieving and applying knowledge in that space between working memory and long-term memory, as it's specifically related to maths, as you can see in that diagram. And this led to us trialling a program in F2 called EMP, which is constructed based on this theory. From there, our Year 3 to 6 teachers explored the concept of a daily review in maths, experiencing great wins just as I hope you did too. And this is where we get to our why of change. At the beginning of this term and again towards the end, we surveyed students to see if the way in which we teach maths has indeed shifted in the following areas: attitude, the use of maths every day, and the daily review. So in this data, I know it's a little bit hard to see. We asked them about their attitudes toward maths. So very simply, I like maths. The blue being the initial survey, and the orange being the second survey. As you can see, we noticed a bit of a shift in our attitudes to maths, particularly in that early years space. Then as our measure of success this term, we asked about the daily review. So the daily review was only consistently implemented for our students in term 2. So we only have this one set of data at the end of this term. And as you can see about enjoying the daily review, the feedback we have got from students is really, really positive. So that's going to continue for semester 2, and we're going to refine and review the ways in which we do our daily review, the types of questions, and that developmental pathway of learning as we continue to implement this.